What up, everybody? It's your girl, Melinda Michelle, author and spiritual warfare strategist. I told y'all in the month of January, I'm going to help the people because as my clients and readers are starting on the 40-day soul tie fast, the shenanigans have already popped off, already getting phone calls and text messages and whatnot. So what I want to talk about today is Psalm 91. I know I mentioned Psalm 91 in regards to purging in the last video, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about Psalm 91 as a weapon of warfare, okay? So to put in perspective how powerful Psalm 91 is, let us recall that in the wilderness, two of the three verses that Satan repeated back to Jesus in the wilderness came from Psalm 91, okay? Let's just be clear. It's that scripture. And y'all are going to hear me say this over and over again. I think that Psalm 91 is a scripture that every blood-bought believer should know by heart. You should be able to pull out Psalm 91 whenever it is necessary. I don't believe any believer should step foot out of their home or start their day without declaring Psalm 91 over their lives and the lives of those that they love. Okay, so real quick, I remember in 2014 when I was writing Temptation Tuesday, at the beginning of the year, God told me to pray Psalm 91 over my life every day. When I finished Temptation Tuesday, the enemy tried to kill me that night. He tried to kill me, and it was Psalm 91 that brought me back. Okay? Also, at the end of 2016, a dear friend of mine who is one of the intercessors that surrounds me, she got the instruction from God to pray for me every single day of 2017. And he told her to make sure that she prays Psalm 91 over me. That is the year that a coven of witches came after me. My God, today, listen to what I'm saying, people. Psalm 91 is that scripture. So when I say it to you, I mean that. I don't care what I do or do not pray. I remember driving one morning and it's just all of these cars like nearly missing me kept happening. And I was like, wait a minute, did I remember to pray Psalm 91 this morning? I did not. And I was talking to somebody. I was like, let me call you back because I need to pray Psalm 91 because clearly I done lost my doggone mind. I don't play them games. Not only do you need to pray Psalm 91, but on my website, on the spiritual warfare page, there are a lot of free strategies, a lot of free strategic prayers. One of the ones that's free is countering retaliation. Okay. When you begin to war like this intentionally and strategically, the enemy is going to respond. So you would pray Psalm 91 in the morning before you leave over you and your family, and you would pray the counter retaliation prayer at night before you go to bed. Yes, as adults, we need to be saying our prayers before we go to bed because we need to cover our dream life in prayer. Okay. So the types of attacks, I can't tell you exactly what it would be because it depends on you and whatever you have going on in your life. For instance, I had a client who her first attack of counterattack came through one of her children. Something occurred with one of her children, and she knew immediately that it was trying to get her off of where God was trying to take her. And I say, don't react emotionally. Call for your angels to minister you. Call for God to give you strength. Don't fall for the distraction. Don't fall for the okie doke, because the enemy is going, whatever he throws at you in the form of counterattacks is going to be to create chaos around you. Because if he creates chaos around you, then you're so discombobulated over here, over there, over here, over there, that you're distracted, right? If he puts a bunch of fires around you and you're constantly trying to put out a fire or trying to navigate around the fire, you're going to get exhausted. And if you're exhausted, then you can't give God your best. You can't give God your time, your energy. You can't study his word. You can't do that, right? And then if he can get you in your emotions, especially y'all parents, okay? If he can bother with them babies and get you in your feelings, you're going to act up. But you have got to resist the devil. I'm going to tell you, I have done several videos on the weapons of our warfare that are not carnal. Go to my YouTube, go to my TikTok. You can find them on the cardinal weapons. But one thing that we don't realize is a weapon of warfare is the fruit of the Spirit. The 9 fruit of the Spirit, those things, when you work on producing that kind of fruit, it kills your flesh. I'm telling y'all, it's really in these spiritual streets. You're going to throw a punch and the enemy going to throw a punch back. What is your response when he does? Psalm 91 every single day. It's really in these spiritual streets.